This is an update video. Shattered Throne is back this week, and a lot of nonsense has happened in Destiny since I made my Dummy Warlock's guide. Black Army was boring, for example. Bungie got a divorce. PvP is stupid, and Joker's Wild's pretty fun. Also a lot of patches. While you should definitely watch that video if you hadn't already, since most of it is still sound and reasonable advice, those patches and all the changes that came with this season are why we're here today. I wanted to take a moment and reevaluate my guide, see what needs updating, and what to settle on for tips and tricks. Since the level has extended beyond what the Shattered Throne cares about, now would be an excellent time to try and solo the dungeon, get that beautiful black emblem, and feel pride and accomplishment in being a pretty strong PvE player. Context: I hadn't actually done another solo run until last Curse Week. There was a lot I wanted to test to get back to you guys, but getting through the dungeon again after earning all available triumphs felt kinda pointless. And then I started grinding for the Izanagi's Burden the other week, which has the throne as a quest step for some reason, and running through that inspired me to run at least one more time after, to test some things and get some gameplay footage for y'all. So, some quick updates. First of all, Warlocks are still the best class suited for the solo Shattered Throne experience. Well of Radiance and Healing Grenades are utter nonsense, especially when combined with the true powerhouse of Taken Repurposing and Taken Armaments. I respect the other two classes from my throne of perfect space magic, but if you want the easiest path to the triumph, I highly recommend the Warlock, especially with what I say later in the video. Another update: 1000 Voices is really good and is probably the easiest substitute for Whisper of the Worm for most of the dungeon. While Voices got a damage buff, Whisper got an ammo nerf, so while you might be able to fully commit to the sniper if you're an aimbot, for us mortals, we should be looking for replacements. If you have 1000 Voices, you should definitely come in with at least one tick of Fusion Rifle Reserves, as that 8th shot will let all heavy ammo sources consistently give you 2, and this should render most bosses in the beginning trivial. I don't have any gameplay footage of it, but 1000 Voices is how I dealt with Vorgeth during my first run of the throne last Curse Week. Coming into damage phase and landing all 8 shots from the Well of Radiance with Lunafaction boots will kill him in one phase, and while it's pretty difficult to land all the shots given the Taken Axion darts, it's a lot easier than Chaining Whisper was before the ammo nerf, and Voices is pretty effective with dealing with the wizards if you have excess ammo for Vorgeth and are running the second phase. However, a third update, and the reason I don't have any gameplay footage of 1000 Voices is that I tried to test another weapon first before filming it, and I accidentally one-phased Vorgeth. Legend of Acrius from a Well of Radiance was something I wanted to try given the recent buffs and a few viewer comments, and I'm just blown away with how powerful it is. Mind, of course, I'm running with the Masterworked Catalyst, and I had to use all 12 shots of the shotgun to make it work. If you don't already have it, it might be easier dropping 1k Voices than getting a team to grind Leviathan with you, but if you do have it and are planning on using this beast against the Dumb Ogre, try and make sure you place your well such that you can use a wall behind you to stop a stomp attack from ruining your DPS phase. As for the AI changes that took place a bit after I uploaded my guide, nothing is really different except that you just have to be more aggressive in dealing with the wizards. They hide a lot more, which is definitely annoying, but if you see a spare heavy brick on the ground, don't hesitate to use your power weapon to quickly take them down. This is probably the best reason to run Taken Repurposing and Armaments as well, no matter what class you run, since heavy should never be a problem for you. For Dueling Kara, Whisper of the Worm is still the exotic of choice, with Stormcaller as the best super. Whisper is still king for dealing with the knights and DPSing the boss, and everything moves so slow that ammo doesn't really matter. However, on the note of AI changes, I would deliberately plan for running 2 crystal phases. After you clear the Scions and get the opportunity to shoot at the knights again, they'll start to hide from your Whisper and make life a bit tedious. I would plan for that, trying to whittle what you can down on any knight to no less than a third, and bouncing between each side of the room to get better angles until each knight is at most 1/3 away. When the protection crystal spawns, if you spent your super, work your way around to the secret ledge they never check, waiting for it to recharge. And when your super does recharge, start the second phase. You should be able to clear the Scions with a grenade, hand cannon, and healing rift, and then use your super to chain lightning each knight at the same time to kill them all at once. Any remaining knights can get shotgunned to death. You could easily enter DPS phase with 1,000,000 damage shots from Whisper, and boom! That's basically it. Warlocks are still the best, Taken mods are overpowered, 1000 Voices and Legend of Acrius are really good for everything before Duel Incarnu, and Duel Incarnu is basically handled the same if a bit more meticulously. If I missed anything in this update and you know it doesn't show up in the original guide, comment down below where you think I fucked up and I'll try and get back to you. If you like this video, a positive rating is appreciated. Stay safe, Guardians.